As at Friday, the 4th of June 2021, Arcimoto said they had opened a new rental center in Eugene, Oregon. So that's the piece of news here. It says Arcimoto, a manufacturer of small electric vehicles, said Friday it has opened a new rental center in Eugene, Oregon. Arcimoto Eugene is the company's fourth rental center, with other locations in San Diego, San Francisco, Key West, Florida, and all that stuff. So moving on, the stock has been declining since early February, reached a bottom of 1 month thereafter, and picked up again, moved above all of its short-term moving averages, that is the 10-day and the 20-day moving averages, and just got some resistance from the 50-day moving average. But after that, it began to decline again. When that decline ensued, it never really got above those moving averages until the 13th of May, which is not even up to a month ago. Began to extend again, got some resistance. As a matter of fact, it was actually retraced below all of its moving averages. At this point, market participants would have seen this as an opportunity, regardless of what was going on with the stock. The folks, somebody at Seeking Alpha, it says the CEO promised a lot of things, and or rather promised there would be an SEC filing, and there wasn't none. And so I think all in all, it says the headline of this is Arcimoto keeps promising, or rather keeps missing promises, and there's also some dilutions going on and other stuff. So amongst all of those negative issues concerning Arcimoto, those must have been the reason behind this retracement. But all in all, I think as at the end of the session on the 13th of May, people, market participants decided that on a technical basis, there might be some opportunity here, and they began to get involved. Even though it got some resistance at the 866 level, it retraced again and got some support from the 10-day or the 20-day. I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but after that time, which was on the 25th of May, it began to extend. But it also got a resistance from the 200-day moving average. You can see that, and retraced. That was on the 3rd of June. So all in all, the thesis there is that the company is not delivering as it has promised, and there has been also some dilution. There's also some skepticism towards the stock. People are saying those vehicles, people are not really going to buy them, for deliveries and first responders and all that stuff. Yes, it's good, but I think it's saying something about Arcimoto bought Tilting Motor Works this year. The firm had $456,768 in losses in 2019. And then the author of this piece believes there's a potential partnership with Tesla and Arcimoto's vehicles achieving autonomy in both ways overhyped. Okay, so it's not exactly it's countering a theory and all that stuff. So, well, what is certain is that if the stock begins to deliver, there's a good chance market participants will get involved. It's making electric vehicles, even though those vehicles are not exactly the sort of vehicles regular people may want to buy as such. And also there's also the cost as well. You might as well use that money and buy probably a very well maintained used electric car, a four-wheel sedan. You use one, or even just use all that money and hire the car for a few number of years instead of spending it all on a three-wheel and all that stuff. So I don't think, as it concerns selling it to the general public, is exactly its strongest point. So we can see it has a market cap of $403.3 million, and there might be a significant amount of short interest going on there. So if that is the case, then it's also it also makes notifies to some extent it notifies the fundamental hindrances it has. So it says it appears to be moving. It appears to be improving within a longer term uptrend, although it's presently below the 200-day moving average. That average is rising due to prior gains in Arcimoto shares. Additionally, the MACD histogram, which is used to measure the near-term trend, is above zero. Comparative Relative Strength Index, it shows it's outperforming the S&P 500. So all in all, I think if this shares outstanding concerning short interest is anything to go by, then there is indeed, it's a good balance. Then I mean, well, in any case though, the market participants obviously, yes, they are putting they're shorting the stock. So that in itself is twofold: the skepticism and the bullish implication of it all. So all in all, it's definitely a stock to watch. Let's see what we can make out of the short interest of Arcimoto. FUV. So currently it stands at 8.61 million shares. Okay, let's compare that to what is indicated as outstanding. So okay, so not 8 point against 8 point 8 point something million, 8.6 million against 35 million. So we are looking at something more than close to 20% or thereabout, close to 20%. So let's see what we can make out of the naked short report. Let's see what we can get out of this. Let's see. Let's try FUV. Okay, this is just will give us what the figures were during the last trading session. They're actually declining. So 58.84% of the total volume was sold short. So you can see they're all in the 50s and just one that was in the 40s. So the skepticism is high on FUV. So at the same time, even though it has not getting its fundamentals right, it's not hitting the targets and all that stuff, and there are problems with the I mean, I would say there are problems with the products. The appeal for its products, may not be the topmost. At the same time, we have clearly seen what the short interests are like. So it's definitely a stock to watch. And the fact it has retraced from its all-time high, or rather 52-week high of about $36 or thereabout, definitely a lot of market participants are definitely observing and seeing what's going on. So it is definitely a stock to watch, and the bullish implications of the short interest and all that stuff. So yes, keep observing and see what will unfold concerning Arcimoto. Yeah, the opportunity technically to make money is there, but hopefully in the coming months it will improve on things and get going. So but right now, yes, technically, as a matter of fact, it's actually even trading above all of its moving averages, all of its short and intermediate moving averages. So just observe, be careful, and see how things unfold concerning Arcimoto. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video.